What's up, guys? Today we're going through every single attachment for every single operator, and for the best recoil and the best sensitivity for you. And we're gonna give you multiple options to talk about the pros and cons of each. Let's get to it because it's gonna be a long one. We're gonna go in order down the line, starting with the attackers. So we're gonna go through their primary guns. I'm not gonna go through every gun, but we are gonna go through the main gun that most people are gonna play on this operator. Okay. So you got the 1.5 scope. I personally do not like the 1.5 scope. You can run either of these. With an L8, honestly, an ACOG's going to treat you nice. If you are on 4.3 with 83 FOV, try going to display and raising your FOV to 90. It actually does help with ACOG accuracy. I'm not sure why. From 83 to 484 up to 90. So I would run a ACOG on this because, it's a very stable gun. You're going to be fine. Flash shatter, I mean, there's no reason not to run a flash shatter. It's going to reduce the recoil. I wouldn't run either of these, personally. Vertical grip, I mean, if you want a little bit of speed on that 3 armor op, you can run maybe a horizontal grip because it doesn't have that much recoil. But if I'm running an ACOG, I'm running vertical grip. Laser, honestly, lasers are in. If you plan on playing in a more entry-focused operator where you kind of have to get in there and you need to quick scope somebody, the laser is going to save you with a 10% increased ADS. So honestly, I'd probably run a laser on Sledge. Like I said, more entry focus. Thatcher. Let's go through his L8. I mean, honestly, I have it already set up. I have it set up the exact same way. So this is what I'd run. I mean, you could run a 1X and then maybe run a horizontal grip if you want, but the try and true gun, bro. Ash. Oh, we're gonna go through both guns on this. Okay, so I like this ACOG personally. G36 is gonna be very stable. I am definitely running lasers on Ash. Vertical grip. I mean, if you want to be a fucking psycho and run horizontal grip, you can, but I suggest not running an ACOG if you are running Hori. So flash it as well. I mean, you might be able to get away with running a suppressor, but that's what I'd run. R4C, I mean, I'm not running that. I'm running a ACOG, I'm running flash shatter, vertical grip, and I'm definitely running a laser because that quick ADS speed, because you are going to get up in that shit. With the R4C though, honestly, it's not necessarily a bad idea to run the Hollow A or the Hollow B, and then running, if you want a little bit more speed, running the horizontal grip, but I would still run vertical grip because, it's still going to be pretty fast ADS speed. And it's going to be very, very stable, but I am going to run an ACOG on this. Thermite. Thermite, ACOG, flash shatter, vertical grip, and I'm actually not going to run a laser on Thermite. Here's why. Thermite, I'm going to be holding an angle from the breach most of the time. I don't want them to see my laser and then potentially swing me, and I'm going to be ADS most of the time anyways. Like I said, lasers for entry-focused operators, and no lasers for, someone that's going to be having gun up anyways. Twitch. We got DMR. I'm going to go through the F2 as well. I definitely run the ACOG on this with the muzzle brake, vertical grip. Not gonna run a laser on this because it is a DMR. I'm just gonna be mostly ADS most of the time with that. But with the F2, I highly, highly, highly suggest not running a DMR. But if you want to run a DMR, there you go. Sorry, ACOG. If you're gonna do that, run this with a laser with a flash shatter. That's really gonna be your only option with that. But if I'm running this, I'm gonna probably run that hollow with a flash shatter and just let it. Just a stable close quarters weapon. Boom. Little twitch. Montagne. I mean, muzzle, laser. I mean, pretty easy on that one. Glaz. Pretty simple, straightforward. I mean, most of the time when we're running 1X sights, I would run either Hollow B or Hollow A. That's been the tried and true for most. So, can't really go wrong with that. Vertical grip. Muzzle, and I wouldn't run in a barrel because you're being a little bit of a psycho. I'm gonna go through the bearing though, so I definitely will run a laser because you usually whip this out in a kind of a cluster situation. So you want that ADS speed just slightly faster if you are gonna run that. Boom. You got Fuze. Let's go through this. ADS speed is horrific. So honestly, I'm probably gonna run. The recoil is a little bit bumpy, so I am probably going to run a 1X on the LMG. Probably a flash shatter just to keep that first couple bullets like under check. And maybe a laser because, even if they can see me, bro, I'm still spraying. So, and vertical grip to keep it in control. LMGs are back, but you are going to be very slow, so you're going to be able to spray and pray a little bit. One of my favorite guns in the game, the AK-12, flash hider, boom. ACOG, there's no reason not to. This gun is stable as hell, vertical grip. And with Fuze, I probably wouldn't run a laser, but with Ace, I would. Like, again, Fuze is going to be less of an entry focus and more of an angle holder and, like, working that vert and everything. You can run laser if you want, but, you know, it's teach around. I'll put a laser on it. Doesn't hurt. Blitz, I mean, pretty simple, straightforward. Boom, boom. IQ. Commando. We got the ACOG and the flash shatter. Vertical grip. And definitely run laser. Easily. So if you're on a 1x on this, you want to do like a fucking speed build maybe. I'd run a hollow. Maybe like a suppressor. Because it's not going to be having that much recoil with a 1x anyways. And then I'd probably go like horizontal grip. I mean, this thing is going to bump, but you know, you're going to go in real fast and snipe people before they really know what's going on. If you want, but I keep it pretty basic because that's kind of how I like it. I want that gun to be stable, laser beam, and if I could run an ACOG on it with fairly decent recoil, boom. Now we got a little buck here. ACOG, flash hider, laser. There's no real need to mix this up because Buck is super fucking good with this setup, so I suggest that. Blackbeard. Run that ACOG. So I have extended barrel on. It doesn't have that much recoil anyway, so I wanted to just do a little bit more damage because 40 damage is pretty mid, so, you know, just kick it up a little bit. I mean, the ADS speed is horrific, so, I mean, run a laser if you want, but most of the time, as Blackbeard, you are going to be ADS to really use the shield anyways, so I do have the laser off. Up to you on that one. We got Capitale. Actually, I'll go through DMRs. I mean, honestly, just when I go through every DMR, honestly, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be running to 1.5. Oh, sorry, the ACOG, muzzle brake, and a vertical grip. Literally for every ACOG. That's my setup for every ACOG. So, there you go. I only did that because Full G asked for it. Capitale. Para. ACOG, flash hider, vertical grip. Capitale is a little bit speedy. 3 speeds, I'm going to be running laser. 2 speeds, I might run a laser depending on the situation. 3 armors, I probably won't, depending on their role. Like if it's more of a, I'm holding an angle while my teammates are working things. Boom. LMG, I'm definitely not running an ACOG. I'm running a hollow with a flash, vertical grip. Oh, laser, because why not? Increase the speed of ADS. Boom. Here's a little Capitale. We got Hibana. I mean, pretty simple, straight up. Set up right here. Right here. Bearing. We already showed you the bearing. Boom. Little Hibana. Jackal. We're going to go through all his guns real quick. NFIB, flash hider. Vertical grip, and I mean Jackal is an entry up. I'd probably run a laser just for that increased ADS speed. Boom. PDW, one of my favorite guns to use when I'm playing Jackal. Definitely running the laser on that. So you got a couple options with PDW because it doesn't have that much recoil. If you want, you could run potentially a horizontal grip to get in there quick. Maybe with like a 1x option, maybe like with the hollow B. Run in with that. Maybe run some suppress. Go in silent quick. Boom. I'm probably running this because I like the long range engagements. Like if someone's holding a pixel on me, it ain't gonna matter with this gun. Boom. Ying. So Ying, it has LMG ADS speed. So honestly, I don't think that you run a 1.5 on Ying because normally you're going in hot and heavy and real quick. So I strongly suggest probably running a hollow. I like the flash hider, vertical grip, and definitely run the laser. It has a very slow ADS speed because it is technically classified as an LMG. I probably wouldn't run a 1.5 on that. Sofia. LMG. Here is the... again, I'd probably run on a 1x. Flash hider, vertical grip, and then probably run a laser because that ADS speed is horrific. So this gun, honestly, you could run it both ways. I've ran hollow. I've ran ACOG. I would just swap the scopes and just change everything else, like leave everything else alone. Flash hider, vertical grip, laser. You are going to be more of an entry focus operator, so you know, there you go. Dokkabi. DMR, I mean, you guys know the DMR setup. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Bashi, I mean, guns that you're going to probably be ADS anyways. I definitely wouldn't run the laser, obviously. And then SMG 12. 1, 2, 3. Lion. All right, so ACOG for sure. Flash header, vertical grip. And again, more entry focused operator. So going to be running that. DMR 1, 2, 3. So for when it comes to ACOGs, honestly, it's dealer's choice on what you guys want here. But I personally like the OG ACOG because when I run the old 1.5 ACOG, it kind of throws me off. It makes me feel like it is a 1.5. So it kind of fucks my aim up a little bit. So I'd rather just run the OG ACOG. That's Lion. Finka, my favorite operators in the game. I'd run this. I mean, not much else to say. This thing is laser beam with this, so I probably wouldn't change this. It's only straight up vertical recoil, so as long as you can pull it, it's a laser. If you want to be a more aggressive Finka, maybe run a hollow. Go like, I probably would stay vertical grip. Maybe like suppressor. You can get away with that. But for me, I'm running flash and ACOG. We've gone over. Shotgun. I mean, this is up to you. I don't like this suppress shotgun because it makes it stick out way too far. If you're hiding in a corner with a shotgun, you are going to get fucking smoked. That's Finka. Got the little Maverick now. This is DMR. Actually, do have the laser on the DMR, but I'm going to take that off right now. Boom. Just like that. M4. I'm definitely running. I'm not running a laser because, again, he's going to be on the wall holding the angle. I don't like lasers on guns where I'm going to be holding an angle for a while. So, boom. This is what I run. Nomad. So, let's go through both guns because this is also going to affect Deimos. Magnified B. Flash hider. Nomad I would consider more of a aggressive op, so I would run a laser on that. Then ARX. Definitely run a laser on that. Because I am swinging, baby. That ARX is broken. Gritty. I know it seems like most of these operators are basically the same setup, but I have it for a reason because I really like this setup. I've tried other things, but to me, this has been like the best setup that I could have. So Gritty, I will hold off the flank a little bit. Actually, you know what? For Gridlock, I will have no barrel because a lot of times I am holding the flank or like watching an angle, and I don't really need to ADS a little bit faster. If I have the laser, it would give my positioning away, so I would not run the laser on Gridlock. Nomad, I mean, yeah, you do have a laser on this gun, you know, but like Nomads are more like, even if you can see the laser, if you use your air jobs correctly, it's not going to matter. But Gridlocks, you can kind of walk in, so I don't care as much about Nomad, but for Gridlock, I do. Because she's a little bit slower, too. We got Lil Nokk. You are going to need as much ADS speed as possible if you are going to run a COG. I do run suppressor because I like the silence Nokk, but I am definitely going to run a laser on this. Amaru. Okay, so you got a couple options here because the ADS speed is going to be super slow. When you go in as Amaru, you're going in hot and heavy. I suggest probably not running ACOG, but you could. But this is what I would run. I'd run flash with a vertical grip, and I'm definitely running a laser so I can whip that up as fast as I fucking can. Yeah, this is what I'd run. SMG-11, hollow A, flash header, vertical grip. SMG-11, I probably wouldn't run a laser because most of the time it's a clusterfuck situation, and I can't really swap weapons back. But the ADS speed is already pretty fast, so it gives me that option. Goes through supernova really quick. I run that suppressor because when I go in, they don't know where you're at, and you're just pumping people. It is pretty fucking nice. Cali, I mean, not much to say here. There you go. You can change the skin. Laser, because I'm going to be going in hot with this gun. You're swinging in, just being aggressive, taking that first fight. Flash hider, laser, boom. Could run a C75. I don't suggest that because of the irons. I mean, when you have this gun right next to it, there's almost no reason to run this over this. So I think you're reckless. ARX on Iana. ACOG, flash hider, vertical grip, laser. There's not many things in this combo that I would change. If you can control the recoil, maybe a suppressor because she is an entry. It is kind of nice to be able to use suppressor, just bang people out, but it's not a 1.5 anymore. It is an ACOG, so I definitely want this to be as laser beam as possible for me. When it comes to these grips, I mean, angle grip would just increase the reload speed. Could be good on the ARX. Horizontal grip, I mean, she's a 2-speed, so it could be nice to make her almost feel like a 3-speed. But I like the vertical grip personally, so. Onigiri with the raid. What's up, baby? How are we doing tonight? We got little Ace, ACOG for sure. I mean, like I said, like hard breaches, I probably wouldn't run a laser, but when I play Ace, I do run a laser because I do like to kind of pretend I am an entry when I am running Ace. I go in, pre-fire and everything. I want that ADS speed because I want to be able to do them quick and heavy. So I actually do like the laser on the AK for Ace. We got little Zero. I strongly recommend running an ACOG because, I mean, the entire thing about Zero is like, you know, long range and, you know, intel. Laser, because, I mean, you know, if you're going to run an ACOG, you want that to be a little bit faster. Vertical grip, flash header. If you want, this could be a good combo because with pair with the cameras, make it kind of go in pretty stealth. You run that hollow wave suppressor with the vertical grip. Definitely suggest running that vertical grip instead of the horizontal, so this could be a good combo. Like that. But I'm going to run this. So I want that long range. When I pick Zero, I'm playing that long range, using the camera, I was getting that intel, and then just like kind of quick scoping somebody. MP7. Run that. And you definitely want to run laser on the MP7. You want that up as fast as you fucking can. Boom. Flores. ARX. Sorry, AR-33, not ARX. Flores, I would say I would classify as more of an angle holder. I probably would not run a laser on Flores. So this is what I'd run. Vertical grip. Flash shatter. Yeah, flash shatter. Magnified. We are going to be changing a lot of these when we get to the defenders. So we do have a lot more variation coming up. But the attackers are pretty simple and straightforward, if I'm going to be real. I'm going to run an ACOG, an OSA, flash hider, vertical grip. This is a 1-2-3 punch combo. With OSA, I'm going to be holding angles quite a bit, but they are going. I'm going to be behind a shield. They're going to know where I'm at anyways, so I would run a laser just to kind of snap up as fast as I possibly can. It doesn't matter if they know I'm there, because I'm going to be behind my OSA shield. We got a little Sens, ACOG, flash hider, vertical grip. And with Sens, I would definitely run a laser because most of the time you're using your smokes, running in and trying to quick scope somebody. So you're definitely going to want that to be as accurate as you possibly can have it. DMR, I mean, we've gone through 1, 2, 3. Grim. So Grim, definitely more of an entry focus operator nowadays. Definitely running a lot laser on that op. You could run a 1x variation, maybe with a suppressor. With a 3-speed op, I don't really feel the need to run a horizontal grip because they're already fast enough. I want that gun to be a little bit more stable. You can get away with using a horizontal grip on the commando because, I mean, as you see in the bottom right, it is just mostly vertical recoil, which is definitely controllable. But again, I want it to be as accurate, as much of a laser beam as possible. So I love that vertical grip personally. Boom. We got Brava. We got the Para. Boom. Flash shatter, vertical grip. And with Brava, I am usually going to be a little bit more angle holdy, but Brava is a 3-speed, so I do run a laser because I am a little bit more angle holdy, but with a laser, I'm just really making sure I watch my laser placement. Because late round, when you swing in as 3-speed, like Brava, you were probably going to win the round. We got a little Ram. We've got the R4C on Ash. Flash shatter, vertical grip. With Ram, I probably would use a laser because it is, honestly, you're loud as hell. And sometimes you're not going to have that much time to really ADS in time when someone's flanking you. The laser might be able to save your life. LMG, 1X, flash hider, vertical grip, and definitely run a laser. And we got Deimos. ACOG, flash hider, laser. This is the combo you should run. This gun is lackluster in basically every stat, so I definitely would prefer to have an ACOG on it just to give it the most bang for its buck. If you're running the shotgun, you know, boom. Ori. And laser. And that is it. And for his pistol, there's no reason not to run laser. Just ADS slightly faster. I mean, just do it. All right, and that is it for the attackers. All right, now let's start with the defenders. Optics are not going to hinder your movement, but if you run iron sights, let's go through this really quick, like the shotgun. Iron sights are going to make it so you ADS 10% faster. 1X is going to make you ADS 5% faster. And ACOG is going to make you ADS 0% faster. It's not going to affect it. So with smoke, we're going through all the defenders now. Boom. I strongly suggest running smoke within iron sight, because you're going to ADS slightly faster with laser. You're going to be able to pick that up, ADS real quick. The shotguns definitely feel a little bit worse in the current meta, so definitely run that. You can run a 1X sight if you must. It makes your ADS speed 5% slower, but if you want the quickest ADS speed, these iron sights aren't that bad. So that's an option for you. I mean, FMG9, not that you really ever run this. I mean, doesn't even have an ACOG anymore. So, I mean, I'll set this up because people may want to run this, but I strongly suggest not running this. I don't even have a skin on this. I'm always running that. SMG11, boom, boom, boom. With smoke, I am going to be holding the angle normally with the SMG11, so I'm not running laser on that. Mute, I mean, basically same story, different day. I mean, you can run SMG11, sorry, the MP5, hollow, flash hider. I mean, it is what it is. But you run the shotgun exact same way as smoke. I do not want that. I want the iron sights with the SMG11. No laser. Castle. Okay, Castle is a little weird because there's a lot of combinations you can do with UMP, and we're going to go through all of them. So if you want a laser beam, this is what I'd run. ACOG, flash, vertical grip, laser. You run, I mean, you're just basically holding angle to angle, and you can watch multiple angles at the same time. So if you want a more high damage UMP, you extend the barrel, and probably no laser, because you're going to be holding the angles anyways. And if you want a more, I mean, who's next up? We got Pulse. What a more high focused, you know, because you can't run a scope or run a hollow, maybe extended barrel. And then if you really want to get crazy, you can run horizontal grip for just the extra speed bonus. I run laser because, I mean, at that point, the entire point is get that quick ADS speed in. We'll go back to Castle because I do prefer the other way that I had it. I like the laser beam. I like that laser beam, bro. With Pulse, I mean, you can run it like this if you want. I prefer not to really run the horizontal grips because the 5% increased movement speed on a 3-speed op seems minimal compared to the recoil adjustments. And with Pulse, though, I would run an extended barrel because, I mean, you're going to have no recoil anyways. Why run a flash hider when the recoil is basically the same? Do slightly more damage. But if you want, you could run a suppressor. I mean, with Pulse, it does make sense to run a suppressor because you are shooting like through the floor, through a wall, etc. They're not going to know where their bullets are coming from. So, up to you on that one. Doc. We got the MP5. I mean, this is pretty easy for me to say. Do not run a laser. You're going to be ADS most of the time anyways. You could run a laser if you want, but you are going to be an angle holder. So if you're going to be a really aggressive doc, run a laser. If you're going to be a more passive doc, playing the angles, don't run a laser. Most of the time when I play doc, I'm going to be more of an angle holder, holding an area, running around with my full ADS the entire time. So I'm going to not use a laser for myself. P90, definitely run an ACOG, flash hider. And for the P90, again, same situation as the MP5. Run a laser if you're going to be super aggressive, swinging angles, running around the map, doing whatever. Do not run a laser if you're going to be more ADS, just kind of walking around, floating between an area that you're holding. So that's Doc. I mean, Rook. Do I really need to talk about this? We literally just did Doc. It's literally the same setup. So, don't leave that as is. Boom, boom, boom. You guys know the deal. I keep seeing the ACOG because the default is this because I had the 1.5s. And, yeah, there you go. Got Kapkan. Hollow A. I mean, when I go through the 1Xs, honestly, it's all dealer's choice. Whichever one works the best for you, try each one. But one thing I've seen is everyone loves the Hollow A or the Hollow B. So, from what I've seen. Flash out of vertical grip. With Kapkan, I am going to be a little bit more hyper aggro. So I may run a laser on that. Shotgun. Kapkan, again. Suppressor is dealer's choice. Like, when you run the suppressor, look how long that gun is. It's just so long. If you're hiding in the corner, they're going to see you from a mile off. So I prefer not to run that. Tachanka. I mean, oh, it has its own special reflex. Interesting. That's cool. I still run a Hollow A. With this, I mean, ACOG, Flash Hider, Vertical Grip. Gonna use the laser because swap between your ability and your gun. You just want to ADS that slightly faster. There we go. Ying. I mean, shotgun. I mean, boom, boom. Carbine, Hollow A, Vertical Grip, Flash Hider, and the ADS speed is going to function as an assault rifle, so it's going to be slightly slower than an SMG. So I would run a laser just to kind of counteract that just a little bit. So there you go. Bandito. Hollow. I mean, you got a couple options here with the Flash Hider. I mean, you can go Suppressor. It's not going to change the recoil too much. Or Extended Barrel if you want just that to do a little bit more damage. Don't recommend the Extended Barrel, but I do recommend either the Suppressor or the Flash Hider. I stick with Flash Hider. And laser. And the Hollow. Little Frost. Okay, this is where it gets tricky because there is a lot of combos on this one. Okay, so highly suggest always running a ACOG, so that's easy. Now we got a lot of options here. If you want a super high focus laser beam with an ACOG, you run Flash Hider. Compensator doesn't really make sense. Muzzle Brake either doesn't really make sense. But I mean, Suppressor, it could be a good suppressor gun. I mean, it has basically no recoil, so Suppressor could be really good. Extended Barrel for the just little extra damage. So the reason why I run Extended Barrel, it barely has any fire rate. I mean, the fire rate is very, very slow compared to a lot of the guns in the game. So I just wanted to just do a little bit of extra punch, just so if I do get into that firefight, I can win it. Just a straight DPS battle. Grips, I mean, faster reload speed. It has 35 bullets, ridiculous. Horizontal grip, I mean, I just don't see that really being necessary, so I run vertical grip. And laser, again, if you want, you could run laser and maybe run a horizontal grip just for the extra speed and ADS speed. But most of the time when I'm running a gun like this, I'm going to be holding angles and just like kind of just tap firing while ADS. I'm not really running around full sprint on ADS, so I would not run a laser on that. Valkrye. We got the MPX, Hollow A, Flash Hider, Vertical Grip, and if you want to laser on that, go for it because you are running around like a psychopath most of the time, and you need that quick ADS speed. Boom. Caveira. I mean, I strongly suggest running a laser on this gun because most of the time you swap to this gun is in a clutch situation if you need to. You have two options here. I don't think you run Flash Hider because it basically has no recoil anyways. Suppressor or Extended Barrel. If you want to do a little bit more damage because you want to be able to try to out DPS somebody because the fire rate is super slow, Extended Barrel. Suppressor if you want to stay true blue to the Caveira kit of being a stealthy warlord. This shotgun, I mean, pretty simple and straightforward. I'm not going to give you guys preferences on what gun you should run in a situation like this. Dealer's choice. I'll just give you guys the options of the attachments. That's what we're doing today, obviously. Supernova, I mean, Supernova for Echo. I do like the suppressor because you are trying to hide. It is pretty long though, so it doesn't hurt to run no suppressor. It doesn't really hurt you, but it does stick out quite a bit. So most of the time you are going to be running around with your bearing, and you bring out the shotgun when you have an engagement. You need to swing with a shotgun. Or you run the MP5. Hallway, vertical grip, laser beam. I probably would not run an underbarrel. Very 9, we've gone through this before. Always run laser on that bad boy. Always, always, always. Mira, we got the Vector. Definitely highly suggest not running a laser, but you could, because most of the time you are going to be playing behind your Mira, so it doesn't really hurt to have a laser because it's going to be out of your mirror anyways, and you know, you swing while ADSing, etc. I don't really think this really is a make or break it, so that's up to you. I don't suggest running anything else other than a flash hitter, because this gun can get some bounce if you let it get out of control. So there you go. Legion, one of my favorite operators of the game. I am going to be hell-bent on this setup. I will run a laser sometimes, but honestly most of the time I'm going to be no laser because it has pretty fast ADS speed anyways. I'm running around, being a little psycho, but the laser, I feel like when I'm running around like this, does give me away, and sometimes I do like to revert to, I'm going to hold this angle. You could run a laser or not. It's really up to you. If you're going to stay aggro, stay on the push, go laser. If you want to be able to have the option of, you know, falling off and like, okay, now I'm going to play the angles, then don't run it. But it's what I run. I would not run extended barrel. I just run flash shatter, keep that thing laser beam. It is super good in the laser beam. Ella. So again, now we got a little bit of a tough situation here. I definitely run a 1X, obviously. Now we got choices between the compensator, which honestly, when you run this gun, you're not really going for tap fires, you're going for sprays. Compensator is not a bad option. I know this is probably one of the first guns that I would recommend using a compensator. Flash hider, I mean, it's going to recoil like crazy after the first shot anyways. I mean, look at the recoil difference to the bottom right. It's not going to change much. Muzzle brake, I mean, if you are trying to tap fire, muzzle brake might be your move. Or suppressor, but I honestly recommend running the compensator. I can't really say any of the other ones are going to be better than this. And laser. Because when you go in, you are spraying and you are trying to hold that thing steady. And you have a compensator on that, you're going to be good to go. Shotgun. I mean, if you are a goddamn psychopath if you don't run an extended barrel on a shotgun, it literally makes it do more damage per pellet. So run an extended barrel. Do not run the suppressor. Make it do more damage. You could run horizontal grip, but I mean, this thing can kind of bounce if you go fucking real crazy. So vertical grip. Vigil. Hallway, flash hider, vertical grip. And because of the nature of how Vigil works, I will not run a laser, because I've definitely killed people without playing Vigil, hiding from cameras and everything. And like, they're invisible. I kind of know the general location, and I see the laser on the wall. Like, running a laser on Vigil makes no sense in the way that he works. And I wouldn't run a laser on the Bashi either, because you're going to be holding angles with this gun. SVG-12. Oh, boom, boom. Laser. There you go. Maestro. So Maestro, I would run a laser because it does have that ADS speed of an LMG. It is very goddamn slow. And most of the time you're going to be on cameras. You're going to have to ADS it as fast as you can and whip that thing out. Flash out to keep that under control. Vertical grip, holloway. I mean, I just don't know anyone that runs like this gun with like a suppressor, bro. It just seems psychotic to me. I know a lot of people are going to want to run the shotgun, so I will go through it. ACOG, vertical grip, laser. Actually, no. No laser. I would not run a laser on this shotgun because most of the time you are going to be holding an angle. I mean, that's the only real way of making this work correctly. If you're running up on somebody and you're like using a single shot semi, you're probably going to get yourself killed. So I definitely suggest probably running that. And don't use a laser don't use a laser because it's good to give your positioning away. Boom. Alibi. Storm, flash, Holloway, vertical grip. So when it comes to alibi, run a laser if you don't plan on hiding in clones and being a little psycho. But I do like not running a laser for alibi because a lot of times I am just walking around ADS up, and I like being able to like kind of blend into my clones somewhat. So I'll blend into my clones. It can't really tell. If you can see the laser, it's not going to work at all. So granted, I won't run ally too much, to be fair. But if I am trying to really kind of, you know, try to blend into my clone somewhat, I would not run a laser. If I'm just trying to be a psycho, being aggressive, I would run one. Clash. Okay, this is one of those operators that you need to have a laser on everything. Like, don't even think about it. Just run a laser. You run a laser because you put that. I mean, most of the times you're putting the shield away and trying to pick that gun up as fast as you possibly can. Anyways, run a fucking laser. This is the operator that I could strongly tell you. Any shield operators, run a laser if you can. One of my favorite operators in the game, Cade. You got the AUG. Doesn't really need a laser on this gun because most of the time, I mean, as a 3 armor, if you're moving normal speed or ADS, you're moving the same speed anyways. So there's no hurt to really just stay ADS. TCSG, I mean, this is what I run. Boom, suppressor, vertical grip. I do not run a laser because most of the time I'm going to be ADS the entire time anyways because I use it like a DMR. So there we go. Pistol's up to you on how you want to run that. Mozzie. Okay, interesting lot now. So with the commando, you have a couple options here. Suppressor or extended barrel. I mean, I don't think that you really need to run the flash there because you are forced to use a 1x. I like the extended barrel option because it does make it just do a little bit more punch. Laser, if you plan on being a complete goddamn psycho and running around like a lunatic. So there you go. The Roni, run a laser on that. You're running around like a psycho. Don't even lie to me. Between the two, I mean, they're both solid guns. I don't know which one I'd choose between these. It depends on the day I'm having. Feel like I'm flicking heads, I run the Roni. If I feel like, you know, I am getting a lot of kills, but they're not necessarily headshots, I'd go with the commando. Warden, the watch. Holloway. Boom. Not Holloway. Iron sights. Run iron sights on the shotgun, bro. You're kind of trolling if you don't. Whiskey get into him. I'm good on the whiskey, bro. I had a little bit to drink. We're good. Chilling. Holloway, flash hider, vertical grip. If you like every other Warden main I know in the game, you are running around the map, so just run that laser, bro. Goyo. I have this auto lots. Okay, well, boom, barrel, suppressor. I run like I run Cade's, but the Vector, which is the gun I actually run, I'm not really sure how I was equipped that one. Boom, flash hider, vertical grip. Most of the time, I would not run a laser for Goyo because I like to play near my gas canisters somewhat. But if I plan on kind of moving around the map and relying on my teammates to shoot my gas canisters, I would run a laser. So, there you go. Well, you can run a laser. I mean, this already has insanely fast ADS speed, but this is going to make it even more so. Basically, I walk around on ADS and just kind of quick flick people. So, boom, boom, boom. Run a Nokk on that for sure. And go through the AUG, but I mean, let's be real. Are you guys running this? I mean, I'll set it up. Here you go. AUG setup. Run the MP5 still. Ordix. Holloway, flash, vertical, and I definitely use a laser. Malusi. Okay, a little bit trickier. You got the ACOG, the flash hider, vertical grip. If I'm playing Melusi, I'm either roaming around the map because I gave my teammates Banshees, or I'm playing off my own Banshees. If you are playing off your own Banshees, no laser, because you're basically in your site, just kind of playing off these. If you are playing around the map because you gave your teammates Banshees that they can play off of, then it would run a laser just to kind of bring it up a little bit faster. But when I run like an ACOG gun like this, is a very stable laser beam, I usually stay ADS for a long time. So I'm not really trying to get the jump on them. I'm just trying to get, like, you know, outgun them on an angle that they may or may not be watching. Aruni, ACOG, muzzle brake. I mean, you could run a suppressor if you want, but I mean, look at the recoil difference. I want that to be as stable as possible because I want to be able to just as fast as I possibly can. Vertical grip. Laser on a DMR with Aruni. Aruni is probably one of the only exceptions I might run a laser on, because a lot of times I am kind of running like a psycho. But DMRs with lasers are usually not a good vibe, but they do have pretty slow ADS speed. And she is already kind of a 3 armor, so could or not. It's literally up to you. I mean, running, I have seen a lot of people run running with Rooney, so boom, boom, boom. And a laser with that. And a laser with that. Thunderbird. Spear. Run that. Flash. Laser, because you are 3-speed. Go in there like a psycho. So this thing can kind of bounce if you are running extended barrel, but I do like that extra increase in damage if you are just running a 1x. So it's up to you, but I mean, the damage difference between 42 and 47 isn't going to change too much from what I know, so I just want to flash it, just, you know, keep that stable pre-fire. Going off. Barry 9, boom, 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 and laser. Probably wouldn't run an extended propel that. I'm not sure why I had that equipped in the first place. I think it's gonna bounce. Thorn. 1x flash hider, vertical grip. Keep that thing laser beam, and laser for sure because you are swinging. This shotgun, I probably just run irons and laser that thing. Be able to ADS it as fast as you can. Run irons on shotguns with pumps if you can. If you have to run a 1x, it's just slow your ADS speed just down slightly, but it's not going to kill you. A lot of times I will run a sight on a shotgun, but it could go either way. If you can use this, I strongly suggest, there is a advantage to it. So there you go. But I'm gonna run this gun. A zombie mommy. What? I'm gonna run laser because I don't really care if they know I'm holding angles. I'm usually behind my barriers anyways, and I'm kind of playing like a psycho. Boom, vertical grip, laser. The shotgun, ACOG, vertical grip, and I still run a laser because I do want that increased ADS speed when I am playing like a psycho. I play the same way, regardless. So, zombies on the front line, playing behind the barriers. So you want that extra speed. Solus, definitely running laser because you are literally running around the map like a psychopath. Flash hitter and Holloway. Not much sure what else to say about that. You got the SB11, boom, boom, boom. And I was still running laser on the SB11 for Solus because, again, you're still being a psycho. Got Fenrir. Holloway, flash hitter, and I would run laser because you are playing off your gas. And you're swinging into that gas. I do not like the suppressor on the shotgun, but again, I probably would just run this anyways because you do have a bailiff. Don't need to run 2 shotguns. Tuberau! We are finally at the end. We've made it. Holloway, flash hitter, vertical grip. With Tuberau, I probably wouldn't run a laser with this gun because if I'm relying on this, I'm not really sure what I'm doing because this is the gun that you run. ACOG, muzzle brake, vertical grip. I probably wouldn't run a barrel with the laser, so I would just run this. You could run a laser on this if you want to be a little bit more aggressive as Tuberau. But again, DMRs, I like to be ADS to really make sure I hit my shot. So, there you go. That is it. We've gone through every operator in the game and every attachment you guys should run. I give you guys an option on a couple operators, but I showed you guys what I run on each individual operators. I know most of it was, you know, running ACOG run a flash header, run a vertical grip. And laser if you plan on being aggressive. No laser if you plan on being a little bit more passive and holding angles. ACOG if you plan on, you know, being able to fight the guys on pixels and really aggressing a specific angle. Hollow if you plan on being a little bit more like swing into the angle and just like pre-fire the guy out. So hollow, you're going to be aggressive, you're going to be aggro, so you can run a little bit more variation in terms of the barrels. But if you are running ACOG, it's going to be a lot more zoomed in. So changing your barrel outside of a flash shot when you do run an ACOG is going to be a little bit tough because you are going to be a little whiffy. And some of you may fight me on that, but the guys that fight me on that, I guarantee fucking see you. I see you guys play, and then you're whiffing like crazy. You're like, bro, trust me, it's good. But like, I see you missing like crazy. 1x. So, summary, if you're going to run a 1x, you can choose between multiple barrels. It's up to you. It's your choice. Laser, if you plan on being super aggressive, do not run a laser if you don't want to give away your positioning. And, you know, you're going to be more gun up anyways. And, yeah, that's basically it. I've basically talked this to death for the last so long. So, all right, guys, make sure to comment, subscribe, and leave a like down below for more. I'm going to timestamp all the operators, or at least attackers versus defenders. I don't know what I'm going to do, but damn. Okay. Anyways, make sure to leave some love, guys. Peace out. Until next time.